Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? It is starting, he says. Are we up? Are we up? Yes, good morning. Oh, hi-yo, everybody. Still, I can say struggling, it's not the right word, still trying to get this Poets print series shipped. Maybe tonight we can get it shipped, actually. I finally got the folders ready. I spent a bunch of time last night down in the shop, down on the first floor, making these folders last night. And, the reason I used the space down there is because I made these by working with spray glue, and we're so tight for space up here. You know, overspray is a problem, but downstairs is so dirty, it's easy. What we've got, this is not printmaking so much this morning, we've got a bunch of folders here. What I've done is we've got some nice clean acid-free paper of the right dimensions, and I ordered a few hundred sheets of it to be delivered a couple of days ago. And we're trying to make packaging for our prints that has a few... Get the print here. So, that has few characteristics. Number one is it's got to be acid free. Obviously, we're keeping our prints inside paper. They've got to be, preserved for a long time. Second is that we want the prints not to be mounted. A lot of times we buy prints for our flea market, and it turns out they've been glued along the edge or glued along the back and stuck into their mountings, and it's really not good. The glues may cause discoloration, and when you want to take it out and do something else with it, you can't do that. So we're determined always, we never glue our own prints into the mountings. Frequently with the smaller prints we use some photo corners. We've got some very, very high quality, clear, acid free, very thin photo corners for our smaller prints. But for bigger prints like this we have a problem. What do? It's loose, it's got wild edges, it can't be used photo corners, we don't want to glue it in, and yet we can't just hand it to the collectors. So what do? So what we're going to do this time with the Poets prints is this. I've got, like I said, the acid-free paper, and what I did last night, I used spray glue to glue each two sheets together. But what I did is this. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on the stream. You can see I've got a line embossed partway in. That's three centimeters in. But the glue is only glued 25 millimeters in. It's 30 millimeters space, but it's 25 millimeters glued. It's difficult to explain in words. Look, if I open the thing, it opens along the line that I scored. You'll see in a minute. I've got some video of what I did last night. I'll show you some video in a few minutes. The print goes in here, and it doesn't just sit there. It goes inside that 5 millimeter difference. So the print tucks into the joint here just 5 millimeters. So the print is held securely in the folder. It doesn't fall out, and yet it would be removable. If somebody wants to take it out, he just gives it a tug, ka-chump, and out it comes from that little gap. So the print is held in a friction fit in that 5 millimeter space. So what I'm going to do this morning, there's no way I can get through them all, nor am I going to mount a few of them here, and I've got the labels for the prints for each of these packages. The label for each one, this is a package designed for a Japanese customer, so everything's in Japanese. The label for each one has the poet's name and a transliteration of the poem and the number in the series. And there she is. We need the poem because the poetry reading is so archaic, it's difficult for people to read it. So having the transliteration in modern Japanese helps them appreciate what this is. $3 and $30. I think it should go. should go in a bit more, I think. Let's get these. That's 3. That's 3.5. I should do that. Let's drop it down and across. Okay, now, what else is going to happen today is this. I've got to pack a bunch of these prints. I've got some video, some short video I took downstairs last night while I was making these. We'll do that. Then when I finished maybe the first 20 or so of these, I have got to get set for the next part of my work, which is unpacking and checking a bunch of prints. We've got a whole bunch of prints that have come from my printers here in Asakusa, over in Ome, and one of the girls who's working in their own home. I've got to check some of these because they've got to be sent to Ome tonight. So that's the two things that are going to be going on here this morning. So let me get to it here. Somewhere to put these things after each one is done. You wonder as you pack each of these prints when the next time it will be seen, when it will be looked at, and where will it be. I've got to find the numbers. They're all in not random order, but they're in the orders that I made years ago. Here it is. Move it in and down. It's going to go into 3 and the 3. This is going to be a quiet stream, yes, obviously. So, is this a stream for the ASMR group today? We won't be hearing from our persuader today. You can relax. It's going to be mostly paper sounds and playing a little bit of quiet video from downstairs. Also should be a chance today to answer questions and stuff. Now these prints, the one I'm packing today, they're in chronological order, 1 to 100. But the labels I've got are not. These are in the order that I made the prints, which were nothing to do with chronological order at all. So. Kakinomoto no Hitomaru. I mentioned yesterday, I when I was making these prints, I tried to dress them up and make them a little bit more attractive than the original prints in the book. And for some of them, like for this one, for example, he's got a fan here. I used what's called kimedashi. I carved a block with some lines in it and pushed it in from the back so that the fan itself has some I don't know if we'll be able to see it showing the light. The fan itself has some actual embossing type effect on it. That's probably not going to show, I think. The prints here, they were carved during the years 1989 to 1998. And the physical prints that you're seeing me pack here, these are not from the original first group. They were all sold during that 10-year period. But in 1999, January, we had an exhibition of the finished series. And during that exhibition, there were many, many orders for the set. So I started a reprinting of the whole Poets series. And over the next 5 years, from 1999 to 2004, I reprinted 2 each month. So the prints I have in stock now still from this series are those prints. The prints that were made from 1999 to 2004. The blocks were carved during the 1989 to 1998 period of 10 years. And unlike the prints we're making now here at Mokuhankan, where I carve and some other people print, all of these were done both by me. I did all the carving and all the printing. Each print is embossed there. It says picture and calligraphy by Katsukawa Shunsho, carving and printing David Ball, and I signed each one. So these are, unlike our new prints, these are totally, absolutely made by me. Number 7, where's number 6? What have we got? Some kind of stream problems here. A chat? No idea. No idea. Someone's asking what? Someone's asking about the sticker sheets? This is just labels. They're I don't know, in America I think they're called Avery labels. Here in Japan it's A1 company. We use these all the time for address labels, for things like that. This is not rare or uncommon at all. Okay, let's plop that video in. When I was, like I said, I was downstairs last night making these folders. Let's drop the video in so you can see how they were done. I've got 3 short videos here, about 1 minute each, 2 minutes each maybe. The first one, I just set the tripod up in our empty shop. This is where we're doing construction downstairs. At the moment we're painting the walls and painting the roof. So there's no furniture and stuff to see yet, but I used the space to do this work last night. So let's pop this in here. This was taken downstairs last night. I see we've got some flicker from their fluorescent lights, and I'll get closer in a minute. This is just a back video just to show the distance, and I'm using the workbench. And it's these folders, paper being laid together. There's the spray glue. This doesn't have audio. You can't do audio when you pop these videos into this thing like this. I'll explain in a minute how it's done. Just this is the distant shot. Just wait a minute. We'll get closer for the next one and you can see each step what's actually going on. So just wait a moment. It does have sound. I can't hear it. Really. That's the back room where I am there. That's going to become the print party room. It'll be all a Japanese room with tatami and a nice ceiling. We're a long, long way away yet from opening this. So echoey shuffling, eh? Alright, that's the routine, what you saw me doing. It was just one row. Now let's see the second one. See the same thing now, just closer up. The aerosol sound must have been on the video. Let's go. I can't hear the audio from it. Okay. Here we go, close up. Okay. And what we've done is, this is one of the two sheets going here. It's just on some newspaper, putting it in a registration mark. This is a cover sheet that leaves open just to 25 millimeters. Like I said, we want the glue just to be on 25 millimeters, not the 30 millimeters. Spray the exposed part. Off comes the mask. Down goes the top sheet. Yeah, I'm making this all up myself as it goes along. Registration marks again, just like printing actually. Lightly tacking together, and that's one pair. Height. Now the third video here is in the back room. I just needed a flat table. And I'm scoring now. This is scored at the 30 millimeter mark. Just a piece of metal, just to lightly score. Fold it. Crack it open a bit. There we go, and one folder is done. Throw it onto the stand there and check off. I'm counting how many did I do. So that was that. So that's the process of making these things. It's dead simple, nothing at all, nothing special. So we end up, as I said, we end up with a little thing here, and it's glued together. 25 millimeters is glued, but 30 millimeters is scored. So when each print goes in, it just lightly slides into that little slot that's left over. It's just held in now by friction in that little slot. So if it needs to be taken out for framing, they can do that easily, but it'll be held in there safely without moving around. We've tried to keep it really, really simple and really, really flexible and safe for the prints. What number am I up to now? This is number 7, I think. Only 93 to go. Not today. Not this morning, I mean. The spray adhesive, you know, there's different kinds of spray adhesive. The ones we use for doing our Hanchta preparation, we use a very light kind. It peels off very easily. This one is a medium type. It'll stick strongly. These things won't come apart. Where did you get this idea from? No, we build stuff. This is our job here. We create and then build stuff. I see lots of new names in the stream here today. Welcome, guys. And I'm sorry there's no actual printing or carving going on today. This last couple of weeks, it's been a real mixed bag for us. I'd like to be getting back to some more actual work doing the carving, but there's none on my desk for the next couple of weeks. once this poet's job is out of the way, I'm downstairs. I'm on the crew. I've got to finish making the toilet down there. I've got to get busy working on the party room. I need to build the counter for the new shop. Oh, here's the most famous of all the people in the poet series. This is the one they call Ono no Komachi. I made this one second in the series. She's the most famous one. Her name, the reputation, the poem, I guess, is the most famous one. It triggers a bunch of typical things for Japanese people. It's about cherry blossoms and how the life is so evanescent, and especially for women, their beauty doesn't last a long time, etc., etc. This is not my philosophy. This is just what's expressed in the poem. So, Ono no Komachi is the lady. It's the most famous one in this whole series. It's too bad there's nobody working with me here today. If I had a wingman, if Cameron was working here, he could actually pop up each of the poems as we did these one by one. You could have a poetry class as we did this. I can't do everything here at once by myself. So. Refrigerator is out in the shop. That's where we're keeping him. We don't hide him during the day. Refrigerator. It's become a thing, hasn't it? This guy also is very famous in this poetry series. This is the one they call semi-maru. It's a Japanese lute. It's a biwa, actually. An instrument, I guess, that came from China. He's blind. He's a blind lute player. You wouldn't know it from looking at the picture, but he's staring relatively sightlessly. These are all real people, they're people, these mostly back from the Heian era is when the poets lived, the poets that were collected into this, grouped into this collection. And they were real people. We have no actual knowledge of what they looked like. When Katsugawa Shuncho made this series of images, it was all completely, totally imaginary. They had no idea. There was no photography, no sketching, no drawing, no nothing. So we haven't a clue what these people look like. So somebody's got a website? Yeah. This is number 10, Semi-Maru. If you want to see each one as we go along, chant the poem to yourself. There's a whole bunch of English versions of the poetry. It's been translated into English many, many times over the years. And there's some really interesting things when I should have prepared a bit more carefully for this. Some of the Japanese originals are so vague and so blurry that it's quite difficult to actually tell sometimes what it means. That's perhaps the same in poetry for any language. It's not really telling a story, it's just coloring and giving impressions and moods. And that's especially true with this Japanese poetry. And when I was publishing this, I put out a little story with each print each month, so that people got a bit of background on what was going. And along with that, I included one of those translations of the poems. I didn't translate that myself. I have nowhere near that kind of skill at Japanese. But it's been, as I said, it's been translated so many times over the years. There are public domain versions of these translations. And one of the months when I was doing it, I don't remember now which one of these poems it was, I was trying to decide which of the English versions to use and came across something really interesting. Hang on a sec, I can't think and talk at the same time here. It's one of the poems where it's one of the female poetesses, and she's using the imagery of a cock crowing, a chicken, cockerel, a chicken crowing in the morning, cock-a-doodle-doo, to wake everybody up. And it's so vague and unclear what's happening in the original that translation A, some English guy translated this into A. And it's the man talking, it's the woman poetess talking as she hears the cock crowing. And she says, that's not a real cockerel crowing. That's a man. He's imitating this. I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to cock-a-doodle-doo to get the gateman to open the gate so that he can come in and visit me. This was the poem made up in English, transliterating this. Translator B took the same Japanese, and the woman again speaks and saying, I hear, that's not a real cockerel crowing. That's... Get to that later. Translation B, the woman says, I hear, that's not a real cockerel. That's a man imitating the cockerel. He's trying to get the gateman to open the door so that he can leave and go home. And the mood of the thing is just such completely different. It's the same words. The woman is hearing that the guy is imitating the sound of the cockerel so that the door will open. But it's so unclear that in one of these versions, he's trying to get into her bed. The other version, he's trying to get home before the town wakes up and he gets discovered. That's how vague some of this poetry is. Poetry print party timing for poetry. Hey, what is that? That's it's a reservation for today for 2:30. What am I doing? Keep going, Dave. Keep going, keep going, keep going. We're up to number 12. I know those of you who've been watching this stream for like quite a long time, like since last summer, you'll realize that the things have changed. There used to be a lot more email sounds coming through. When orders came in, emails rang and stuff like that. And that's all changed nowadays. All the orders now don't come to my computer anymore. That stuff's been turned over. Cameron is the guy who's handling daily email replies, stuff like that. It goes to his computer upstairs, not mine. And I've been taken off that duty. They don't even come to me anymore. I don't see the orders anymore. We had to do it cold turkey, Otherwise, I was still interfering and answering and poking around and making a general mess of things. So they've taken me off this. I'm not allowed to see that stuff anymore. So Cameron gets the orders upstairs, and he's not interested in playing music and fooling around. He just wants to get the work done. So, and when somebody does this both, does it feel good not to do with the emails, or I feel bad? Yeah, of course, both things are true. I know it was unbearable. There was just too much. There was no decision to make here. It had to be taken away from me because it was hours and hours and hours of work every day. I couldn't keep doing it. But of course I miss it. I miss, for one thing, what's going on? Who's buying stuff? What are we selling? And things like that. So I don't see that so much anymore. Of course I miss it. It's feeling really important to me that I should know who's our customers and what they're getting and what's going on. Of course I want to know that. But in practical, I just can't do that. I shouldn't be doing this job. This should be a job done by some clerk somewhere. I don't need to put the labels on the packaging for every order that goes out of here. I don't do that, of course, but this one's a special case. Nobody else knows how to do this. We don't have a system in place for doing this. And everybody else here is busy with their own work, so it just comes to me to do this quick job. So. Yeah, somebody's saying when they placed an order, and I wrote back personally, and people were happy, and trying to catch up on the stream here. Sorry. Of course, it was so cool. I was replying personally to every email that came in. We're growing so much now, it's just not possible. I'm sorry. as far as keeping me in the loop, they're actively trying to do it the other way around. They're trying to keep me out of the loop. And it makes sense that way. The more I see that stuff, the more I want to get in and get my hands messy. And so they're trying to keep it away from me, And I get it. I understand. When you delegate stuff, when you delegate stuff, you choose your people, you get it organized well, and you keep out of their way. What's this here? It's 8:30. What's happening? Who's here at 8:30? It could be Aoyama-san coming. He's got on the painting downstairs. Aoyama-san, good morning, good morning. Hayai ne. ですね、下に、ちょっと邪魔なものありますが、私昨日、下で、見ました。このものを作ったんですから、70枚しかできなかった。スプレーのり足りなかったんです。55番50は77。55は剥がれますから、77。だから頼んだ。今日午前中、アマゾンから来るんですが、これからペンキですよ。じゃあ、あのベンチを、どかして、私から、別のところでやってもいいと思います。いいですか？だから、そう。はい。次できるように。申し訳ない。それ裏の部屋も、広いテーブルに、この線を入れるとか、あと30枚がしか残ってないですから。だからもちろん自分の仕事を。ちょっと作業が必要なんですね。ですが、どこでもできますから、わかりました。外してください。This is Aoyama-san coming through. He's early this morning. He's working today's job. He'll be painting the roof down there. I really should be doing it together with him, but where am I? So, no more time for emails. Instead, I'm sticking on labels. It doesn't make sense, does it? But this is a temporary job. If the Poet series became alive and active again, the Ome staff would be doing this job. The Ome staff, the two ladies that live out in Ome, they do all our packaging, wrapping, shipping. They're really, really good at it. Very, very few mistakes. But right now they're very, very busy with other work, and they don't even know what to do with this. It would take more time to explain to them and to set it up. It's just easier for me to do this myself, get out of the way, and move on to the next thing. That wasn't Kai-san, that was Aoyama-san coming in. He's the guy who maybe you knew him last year as Lee-san. He became Japanese this year and changed his name. And he's now Aoyama-san. We're pretty much all used to that now. Spray nori, spray glue, yeah. Not Aoyama-san, Aoyama-san. A-O-Y-A-M-A, Aoyama-san. And he's doing such a fabulous job downstairs. Holy crap, he's doing a good job downstairs, He's unusual for, I gotta be careful what I say, he's unusual for people you hire in Japan, Most of our employees, they're okay people, they're smart, we try and find good people. But it's really baked into the culture to sort of not have too much initiative. It really is. And, that's sort of a racist thing to say, I don't know, but it really seems to be true. This guy is different. You just show him what you want done and stand back, and it's just done. It just gets done. And even if you didn't explain what to do, he'll figure out a way how to do it. He just does things the way I would like it to be done, or he does his job the way I like to do my job. Just sort of tell me what to do and then get out of my way and let me do it. And if I interfere too much with him, he just starts to get unsettled and nervous, and I got to stand back and keep out of his way. And I'm so happy to have him. Yesterday he was prepping for this painting, and any number of times there was decisions: what to do? Do we need to pull this light switch? Do we need to do that? What do we do here? He didn't ask me. He just does the stuff. The problem with it, I mean, I like him, and he's doing all these things so well. The problem with it is that he and I have different concepts of how the things should be done sometimes. So in other words, I don't know how to explain this, Yeah, okay, in the place in the shop downstairs, there's a place, it's going to be my corner, my carving bench is going to be there. And above there is the little door in the wall that opens to expose the electrical panel. No problem, there it is. And the previous guy had just painted over it messily and slapped some wallpaper on it. And we're trying to clean it up a little bit. And it's got a nice wooden frame. It's actually mahogany frame around it. So he's prepping it yesterday, and I noticed he didn't put masking tape on the frame. And I said, no, I'd like to keep the frame wood. He says, that doesn't matter. Just paint it over, no one will notice. So we got this discrepancy between he's trying to just get things done quickly and blow things through and let's get this done because we can't fool around. And I'm still struggling with this control freak thing. I want every last little thing to be perfect and clean. And he thinks I'm an idiot for going that far. And I think he's being careless by going the careless way. And where to draw the line in the middle is a little bit difficult for us. But if I push him too much in that stuff, he'll get edgy and he'll just get out of here one day. So I need to find a balance between those two things. How much to control and how much to stand back and let people do things. But when you're the conductor of this place, like I am, I want it done my way. That's one of the simpler ones. It's the saddest one. It's a bit of a strange drawing. When you look at this, does this guy not know how to draw people? What is it? But he was drawing a set of 100, and he was trying to get variance and variety rather than having the same boring stance each time. I better check that party. Another reservation. No, it's for April 15th. No problem. They're starting to stack up now. April, we're almost booked out on a few days in April already. Reservations are coming in, And I want not to try and oversell our stuff, but if anybody out there is thinking of coming here at cherry season and thinking of doing a party, pick a date and book it because they're filling up. You change your name when you become Japanese. I know. When you become Japanese, you join the Japanese registration system. I'm here in Japan. I'm here as a permanent resident. But because I'm not Japanese, my name is not entered into the family registration system. I simply have my residence, my home residence listed, but I'm not in the family registers. If I became Japanese, if I chose Japanese nationality, I would have to open a family register, put my name in it, and blah, blah, blah. And you can't use foreign names for this. It's got to be one of the approved Japanese kanji names. So if I became Japanese, I would have to take a Japanese name. I could still keep my name for daily work. I could call myself David and something. It wouldn't be a problem. But I would have to have a legal Japanese name that went in the family register. So somebody's coming in July. Would that be an appropriate date to book? July is not so bad. July is medium. The strict, busy, crazy times for us are cherry season, end of April into May. So from the second week in April or so, whatever, through to partway through May, we are going to be booked solid all day. In July, it'll be mixed.
帰ってきます。
はい。今日パーティーテイコさんパーティーやりますから、河合さんが
そうですか。
彼やることありますか？できますか？じゃあまでになります。
ありますよ。
そう。
大丈夫。
OK。
いてくれた方がいい。
はい、OK。はい。Cherry blossom forecast, I haven't any idea. Look on the internet. I know the weather and things are so variable and so changeable. I have not a clue when the cherry blossoms lines will begin. We're up to number 19. What time is it? 8:40. Let's take this to about 25 or so then. I've got to start checking some of those prints. If we don't send those to Ome today. Someone's asking about the edge of the prints. I myself prefer to leave the prints in this series in the natural edge, but some customers think it's messy and dirty. They want them trimmed. This particular customer, because we're packing the set to his order, we gave him the option, and he asked to have it left in the natural way. But nearly all of our smaller prints, we have no choice. The smaller prints we do, the subscription series and the little prints, they all end up with 4 straight edges because we have large sheets of paper and we cut smaller for the prints. So it's only when you're making prints this large that you can have a natural edge. That's 19. Let's go to 25 and then switch to other work here. This really is a substantial order, you know. It's going to help us so much this month. It's interesting. This is coming for us. February is really our quietest month of the year. There's fewer visitors in the shop, of course, because it's too cold out there in Tokyo. And it's the post-Christmas, post-shopping season, so there's not so many online orders. So February is very quiet for us. So having this substantial order come in just at this time, it's a really wonderful time for us. If it happened a month later, I'd have been too busy to do this. It would have been chaos. And so it's been very much appreciated. And we let him know that too, His order was very, very much appreciated, Do I know why he ordered the poet's prints? Well, he likes the poetry, I guess. We're running here. The stream's running ahead of me. At the parties, do the guests do both carving and printing? No. The print parties, there's no way. Carving takes hours and hours and hours and days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks. The print parties, we have a set of carved blocks on the bench and people come in and do the printing from them. It takes about 1 hour. We have fun. We chat. Explain a few things, get busy printing, have a coffee break, print some more. It is a printing experience, not a carving experience. So it's not teaching. We don't teach how to make woodblock prints. We just enjoy printing from them. But it's really valuable for people who are trying to learn printmaking themselves, because by doing this, we've got the moisture controlled carefully and people can understand and get a real feel for how the printing works. So even though it's not a teaching experience, it really is valuable for people who are trying to do this work by themselves. They're good fun. Most of the parties are good fun. If the people turn out to be really sort of easygoing, laughing, carefree people, they're just sometimes hilarious. There was one last week, there was 5 people from Texas and Arkansas. Holy crap, we just laughed ourselves silly. We got the prints made, but it was just bizarre. We've got a new young high school girl here, training to help the print parties. She started a couple of weeks ago. We're going to need more staff next spring, absolutely. So we've got a young girl. She's 16 only. She's not going to be a full-time worker here. She's just going to be a part-time worker helping with the parties. And she's going to an international school here in Japan. And she speaks English really well, which is why we've grabbed her. And she was here that day. The Texans were here for the first day of her own training, And she could not believe what was going on. Like I'm insulting some of these customers and they're shooting back at me and we're just laughing at each other. And like for her, this is Japan. You don't talk to customers like that, What do you know? These are customers. These are people who are here to have a good time and learn something, So. But for her, who only knows Japan and the Japanese way of doing things, it's just a bit of a bizarre situation. So. stream again. Well, I'll try and catch up. Where would you put 100 prints? That's why we package them. This whole thing is going to go in a huge, beautiful Paulownia box. It's going to be a presentation item. It will sit on a shelf or in a closet. Give me a knife and a block. Won't be carving today. I'm sorry. What's the worst thing that's ever happened during a party? Worst thing. You hear the sounds? That's from the first floor all the way down. The sounds travel through the walls. The worst thing that's happened to a party, it's happened a couple of times. I don't know, somebody starts taking things too seriously. I don't know. As I said, we try and have fun. We keep it very, very light-hearted. I don't push people joking around, but I make it clear at the beginning that just by myself, just by joking and talking and chatting, that this is not a serious event. We're going to do it seriously and try and do a good job, but it's not serious in the point of, it's not so serious. I mean, they're here for 1 hour only, and maybe they'll make a really, really good print, and maybe their print might have some defects, you know. It's the first day on the job. They're here for 1 hour. So sometimes the printing they do is not quite perfect. And the problem comes when you get a group of people, say there's 4. This happened once a few weeks ago. There was three people. It was a family group. It was a husband, wife, and an adult daughter. And they're doing it. They come in, we fine. And it turns out that the mother is not actually doing this very well. She can't quite get the paper in the corner, and she picked up the brush and banged the back of the paper, and she tilted the baron. You know, some people are more manually dexterous, and some people are perhaps not so dexterous. And whatever, we ride with it. We're not demanding, you know, I don't sit there, hey, do this properly, do this properly. We don't do that. We just ride with whatever it comes. But she had really wanted to do a beautiful job. She's got some of our prints. She had heard our explanation about the party, and she wanted to do a good job, and it wasn't working. And the people around her, her husband and her daughter, were just acing this. It was coming out beautiful for them. And the room starts to get a bit cold, and she's not having so much fun. And that's when it gets difficult for me to try and be the proper good host and to say the right things and to make sure I just hold her arm a little bit so that she prints properly. That's when it gets really, really difficult for me. And you want to say to her, look, lady, it's your first day on the job. Have some fun. Don't worry about it. When you were a kid doing things, you didn't see to the end result. You just enjoyed doing it. And then when it came out, that was what it came out, you know. But adults are adults. We can't pretend we're kids, you know. So that's the only time for me that the parties get difficult. But this is quite rare. Most people, far and away, most people here, they let their hair down, they have fun, and most of them really, really, really do. They walk away with a print. Oh my God, I can't believe I actually made that by myself, you know. Why can't I find number 22 here? There it is. What did I say I was going to do? I was going to go to 25. Is that the idea? Right. Let's do 3 more then and switch to a different job, checking prints. Get back to work. Yeah, I know. Blah, 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 blah. There's 23. Yeah, don't misunderstand. I mean, not a lot of people get frustrated because it's difficult, because we have set it up actually in a way that it really is straightforward and simple to do. We've got lots of experience at these parties now, and my experience actually goes back long before our Asakusa shop. I used to do events for children at the local community center and stuff like that. And the first time I did one of those, I prepared a block for printing, and there was a color here and a color here and a color here. And by myself, I can put my paper down on here and rub there and rub there and rub there. So I didn't really think too much about it, but I get to the event where all the kids are, and the kids rub the color on, 1, 2, 3, then they put the paper on, and now you can't see where to go, and they're just smashing in the middle with the tool because they can't see anything. And it was a total, absolute disaster. This is 20 odd years ago. So the next time I did it, I thought, okay, we've got to get this so that we prepare this so that the colors are close to each other. The kids rub on. When the paper goes on the back, now we just tell them rub in the middle. And there's a better chance to do this. So with that kind of experience building up over years and years and years and years and years, the prints, the blocks that we have in our own party room now, I can't say they're foolproof. They're not dummy proof, but boy, oh boy, most people with a little bit of explanation, a little bit of looking at it, okay, I get it. And they are able to make a print that really, really, really looks nice. Because of our experience, the way we've built the block set. And that's why we've had so much trouble recently getting more different variety of prints into the printing room. Because it's really difficult to make a set of blocks that prints easily and cleanly without mistakes by people who have never done it before. We really want people to walk down that stairs with a smile. They're happy. They had a good time with me and the staff, and they made a good print that they're going to show to people. Wow, look what I made in Japan. The print has to look good. That's the number one experience there. Number 24. I've got this wrong. That's number 25. What have I done this wrong? This is number 24. Look at that. Too busy drawing here. That's 26. There's 25. And here's 24. Someone's asking about the print party, the Momotaro design. It's one of our staff girls, one of our young girls, Kaori-san. She works in the shop sometimes. She's an illustrator. She's trying to sort of make it as an illustrator, but it's, you know, there are many young people who have skill at drawing and doing stuff. So there's no way she can make a living at it. So she works for us as shop staff, and she did an illustration for us. And we pay her for that. We pay her. She gets a 5% royalty of all the print party revenue. So even the print party illustrator, you know, Jed gets his royalty on the stuff he draws for us. And Kaori-san, she gets a 5% royalty of all the print party revenue. That's the way we pay all the productive people here. I don't mean the people who, how do I describe it? The people in the shop get paid by the hour. That's all you can do. You can't pay them commission. We wouldn't even dream of doing something ridiculous like that. They get paid by the time they spend here. And they're paid at different rates depending on how much skills they've got. The people who are better at English get a better rate than the other people who are not so good at English. But everybody involved in the production, the printers, carvers, designers, they get paid progressively the more that we sell. And the printers, obviously, they get paid per sheet. That's a no-brainer, obviously. So the more they make, the more they get paid. But the carvers also here, too, get paid a royalty. And that's unheard of in the Japanese publishing business. In the old days, a carver would he was salary, whatever, or he gets paid for a set of blocks. And then once a set of blocks are in hand, the publisher owns those blocks. And that's it for the carver. He's out. Goodbye. But we pay our carvers royalty. So every time we print a new version from the old blocks, or from old blocks we have, the carvers get paid. Everybody except Dave. But all of our outside carvers, Kawasaki-san, Chon-san, and now Yumi-san, the new one, they get paid royalty. So Kawasaki-san gets surprised. She gets the pay in the month, and she's just, why is it so much this month? What's happened? And it's because we printed a bunch of the old prints. I don't know what you're talking about on the channel. Okay. there's the first 25 prints. That's 1/4 of this order for this gentleman who's going to get these prints. It's a substantial order. Okay, let's put that away for a while. Now, let's look at some prints. What do we got? I got a half an hour left here? Yeah. I've got packages of prints that have come from our printers. These are from Kanai-san. This is good. This is the girl who got pregnant 2 years ago and left us. And she is now doing small scale prints for us in her own home. It's finally, after 2 years, she's got the baby thing going and she's coming back. And this is just at the same time now that Ayumi-san has left. I forget what this job is. We sent it to her a month or so ago. I forget what's inside. Watch me tear them in half. Prints like this, the ones she's done, they should be really simple for her. I don't even know what print's inside here, but I'm almost certain we're not going to find any problems because this is a simple job for her. She can't take on anything bigger because she's got the kid running around the room. And the kid is now just starting to run around, literally. So it's much, much more difficult for her now to make prints. She's got to wait till the kid's in bed or asleep or dad's there to take care of it or something. While the baby was a little bit younger, it was okay. But now the guy's mobile. What have we got? I really don't know. Let's have a look. Am I in trouble here? Some of the comments I make about these girls who make babies, we're supporting them, Nobody else is going to give these girls work at all. If they'd been working for a company, they'd have been fired when they get pregnant. They're happy. We're trying to support them, There's no other work she could do at home like this with a baby. My God. It's frustrating for me that they're not here as full-time people, but they're happy to have this work. My God, are they happy to have this. These are not owls. Nothing to do with owls here. These are some prints we sent to our printer, Kanai-san. Oh, it's Snake! Oh, what a coincidence. Look at that. Just at the same time as our big version of Snake is being done. Look at this, look at this, look at this. This is from the Portrait series, Portraits #1, which is selling like crazy these days. The current series, every time we do this, every time we start a new series of prints, like the Loot series that we're doing, it always ignites interest in previous series. I should have zoomed in for that, sorry. This is, you know who this is. This is Snake. This was one of the first set of blocks carved for us by our young carver Kawasaki-san down in Kobe. This was, I guess, 4 years ago now? I'm not sure. 5 years ago, I don't remember exactly. And she really came on board to do a good job for us. These are so nice. So maybe, I don't know if you've ever seen, here, look what's happened here. See them? There's some cut on the back, the corner is cut. These are the ones that she herself has tagged as being not good. There's a defect in them. It's hard to see. Well, she's found something wrong with it somewhere. There's something, misregistration or whatever, I can't even see. These will be the first few that she did as tests. So that's out. And have you seen this before? A batch of actual prints straight back from the printer. And this girl is consistent. You can see one to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. And this is what we demand from our printers. Consistency, the same color all through the roll. Let's roll it so you can see the blue. And this is what was so difficult for me when I was younger, working by myself. And it's so difficult, I'm sure, for some of the guys out there on our Twitch stream who are trying to make their own prints. This. And this is what we want to see. The same color from one to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other, across the whole edition. If you can't make two prints the same color, you can't make one print the same color. Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. Cameron-san. Good, 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 good. Maybe you can take over here. It's been chaotic.
Sure. Portraits.
It's just right. What I've been doing, I've been packing.
The big set.
Yeah, I'm packing the big set. It's coming along really, really well. I won't be ready to. It might be ready to ship tonight, actually.
Excellent.
If not tonight, certainly tomorrow it'll be ready to ship.
Excellent.
But I'm just trying to switch up different jobs. So I've got some checking of prints. This is just arrived from Kanai-san. So,
nice.
So if you want to grab this and take a look careful, this is playing games recently too. The plug here. So
good morning.
It's been
let the man take his coat off.
No coats off in this place.
I don't want to take it off.
When's the last time you were here doing this? It's been a
It's
while.
Been a
It's
week,
been
week
a
and
while.
a half.
No,
2 weeks.
It's longer than that. Jeez,
I guess it's before William was here, huh?
Who?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it has indeed. So.
I've come in and waved, but often you've been doing things either upstairs where it wasn't practical to move around a lot, or
I missed
or
a
not
chance.
running it
I went to
for a while.
Kubota-san's place on Tuesday to do the printing of Snake together with him.
Right.
The train was late, and as I was coming out, the guy was offering these slips, and I didn't take one. I missed my chance. So.
What line were you riding?
So Tsukuba Express. The same
it was
thing.
the Tsukuba Express,
You know,
okay.
you get off here. I get on to go south one more station to transfer to the
okay.
Oedo line.
Yep. Yeah.
And the guy was there, and I went by before I realized, oh shit, that's what that is. I should have taken one.
I got one that day too. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, Jed. Yo, Cameron, I got a purple heart. Oh, thank you. From Jed. He sent
For
just a little heart saying hi to me, I guess.
Purple Heart has to mean it means you've been injured in the war.
Yeah, that's true. But he sent a purple-colored heart shape. I didn't get injured in any war. Let's see. Headbag Daryl. I'm not sure how to read that, but how can we grab one of this? Probably this print.
This is from the Portrait Set 1. Yeah,
Set 1. Okay, Portrait Set 1 subscription series. Oh, now I've got lots of purple hearts.
In the war, the Mokuhankan War.
The Mokuhankan War. Let's see, Mokuhankan portraits. I'm gonna send a link.
Somebody else will find it. Just ask somebody.
Okay. All right. Someone put the link up for us, please.
She did a nice job. The overprinting on this, it's so the skin color goes underneath the snake. And those two snake colors go on top of the skin. This is what gives it a really good richness.
Yeah.
Especially because that's a tattoo.
Yeah.
Even if you tattooed green, the skin is actually under there.
Right.
So
it looks like a tattoo.
So it really, really, really does. It's such a nice job. I mean, focus, or?
Not perfectly, but it at least shows the colors really well. So that's excellent. She's
done a good job too. She's kept the tamari out of this thing, out of Jed's seal. These are so nice. My God, if I didn't make these, I would want them so much.
This is Kanai-san, right?
This is Kanai-san. She's finally coming back online after 2 years being off.
Yeah.
Finally coming back online.
That's excellent. It looks beautiful.
She tried a couple of months back doing something a bit larger for us, and it didn't work out well. It's just too much distraction and interruption from the rug wrap. But, But we found the right size and scale. She can do this. So.
Yeah.
Jed's design too, it's just cropped just so nicely. If we had showed the head, it would have looked funny. It's just zooming in. It's like a Kurosawa thing. You zoom in on the guy's face, and
I thought you didn't do movies.
Keep quiet.
I love Kurosawa movies. That's why I joke about it. Excellent.
There's no checking for me to do. They're just so nice. There's nothing to reject. Just I got to do my job. Look at each one, but there's nothing for me to say.
Thanks for the link. A couple people, it looks like. Thank you.
Take a copy down there.
Yeah. Let me jump up to let's see.
Also, the sizing is good. I don't want not to make trouble, but I did this with the brush.
It's a nice batch. earlier, I don't know if you saw this, but people, when you pulled it out, are saying, Snake! Everyone knows this character. And Jed goes, ugh, who designed that thing? But you were just praising it. It's a beautiful design.
Where's it? I think in the stack there's the new one. In this, Clearfall stack. If we go down a little bit. There. There's the new. So.
More Snake.
So, more Snake. We showed this on the stream the last couple of days. This is from the test print last Tuesday. Me and Kubota-san. To interrupt the other Snake, this is Jed's major version of the Snake character. And this is one of the first proofs. This is actually proof number 3. This is proof copy number 3.
Wow.
And Kubota-san, the printer, at the moment is now running the edition. These are going to go to Kickstarter backers first, and then when the Kickstarter group is ready, we'll do a second batch.
Jed's excited. Looks amazing.
It does look. Actually, he may notice there's a mistake on it, which we have to fix before we ship it. But whatever. If I don't tell him, maybe no one will notice. But whatever. The depth we talked about yesterday. The front is strong. It gets progressively lighter and lighter and lighter until the stuff in the background is just misty. You know.
Yeah.
The transparent behind the color. You know. Jed's-san, it's a good one.
Yep.
So my life is full of snakes this morning.
Yep.
Something interesting too about the way we make these, I don't know if people know about this. We have no white pigment. We ourselves never print white. Anytime you see white in any of our prints, it's the actual paper color showing through. So when we have something like this, I don't know if you can see it, the white of this smoke, this is not printed on top of the kimono and skin. So that white zone has to be cut away. Has to be cut away from the background, cut away from the outlines, cut away from the blue, cut away from the skin, cut away, they all have to be cut away in exactly the right place so that it shows the edge of the smoke as a line. But there is no line there.
Right.
So this is difficult. Really, really difficult. If you had opaque pigment, you could just slap white on top of it. It doesn't make any difference. You print anything you want, then slap the white on top, like oil painters do, whatever. They have an easy life. For us, all of those things have to line up perfectly, or your eye says, wait a minute, something's wrong there.
Yeah. And that's between how many blocks did you just say? There's the...
Well, I'm not sure. It's the background block, the key block, the
kimono,
tunic, which has the skin underneath it also. Then I'm losing count, whatever, background, key, tunic, the skin block, the green block, and then the edge of the pipe, the gray there, which is the most critical part. Look at this.
This fine line.
So it's 5 or 6 blocks. Now, of course, we have to line up anyway. It's part of our job, lining them up. Right. But something like that, it's absolutely critical. And she's like going, oh my God, Dave, do I have to do this one again? And it's your job, just do it, So I've got to do a bit of chiritori here. There's a bit of crap on this one. So
there you go. When you say Mokuhan-kan War like it's absurd, there actually was an event in Japanese history known as the Ceramic Wars. I'm not too familiar with it. Are you familiar with that one?
The Ceramic Wars? I know nothing about this whatsoever. Okay. What's the connection with Mokuhan-kan?
I guess just funny named wars, maybe. I don't know.
I see. The Purple Heart business.
The Purple Heart business.
Okay. I've lost my ring. I think it fell off the edge. Is there a ring of tape?
Oh, a ring of tape.
It's a tape.
Tape is green tape or a different kind?
No, the brown tape. It's finished. It fell over the back last night. Oh, somebody's probably cleaned it up and thrown it away. So good. Okay, sorry.
Too efficient.
Sorry.
Don't see it.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Camera? I don't know. I'm sorry. Better? I don't know where I am.
The whites or the bright parts are a little bit blown out, but it is adjusting a little bit better.
I'm not going to stay there yet. Just had to pick off a bit of chili. There's not much on this, but there's some.
Too much going on. I'm gonna go explore the backlog of the chat. Let's see what else is in here. Is there something I've missed about Norwegian films?
I don't know myself.
Okay.
There's a couple of people here who seem to have. I think it's a joke. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
They've made this into a forum for talking about. I don't know how it started. I don't
Okay.
know. I just let it go by. I can't.
Can't follow everything.
No.
Too many. Yeah. A while ago, I don't know if you saw this. Someone asked, "Where did the Print Party Momotaro design come from?" Have you answered that already?
yeah.
Okay.
Sexton did it. So. She was here last week. We're talking about the next one. You know, we're getting prepped for the next design.
Right.
We're doing the GW.
Yeah.
And it's coming up pretty well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to get a block set for it.
Excellent.
Also, I don't know if you've seen the requests for GW are just
It's
every day.
building up.
I keep
Oh, yeah.
shifting them
and I
over.
keep doing it too. So people like that print. Thanks, Sylvian. It's a running gag about this chat being strictly about Norwegian film history based on the conversation we had in the chat a while back, so it's just derailed so incredibly far away from Japanese woodblock prints. Oh.
Well, the Turkish thing that happened the other day confused the hell out of me. I still don't know actually what happened there.
I
didn't see
that.
it. I know the stream went nuts. There was like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 600 people
From
I think,
Turkey.
speaking in Turkish, and the stream started to move so quickly that it scrolled like here it's just somebody types. It was
Yeah.
scrolling so fast, it was motion.
Wow.
I have no idea what was going on. Just was it conversation or was it something awful or I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was thinking at the time, should I shut it down and restart? But
Yeah.
people told me no, just leave it. It'll go away. It'll stop.
Huh.
I don't think it was. I still don't know actually what happened. But
Just. Would it be easy to print out a few letters using basic items like a knife, a small random piece of wood? That's what you encourage everyone to do. I mean, not random, but...
what do you mean letters? I'm not sure.
Yeah, do you mean print out just a few letters like words or initials or something like that, perhaps? I'm not sure. Pinky the mostly purple.
Well, for me, yeah, I just started with whatever was in the house. I just had, a cutter knife and a piece of random wood from the fireplace and then
Went from there.
watercolor tube pigments. Just go from there.
Yeah. So, give it a shot with whatever you can get your hands on and then go from there. Yeah.
Also, are you up to date on the new thing? There's a new YouTube channel. Did you see the news?
Oh,
about that?
yes, about people sharing these streams, right?
So, it's okay. I'm cool with this, but the sort of tiny downside for me now is that every stream, every day, is posted to YouTube straight away.
Yeah.
So everything I now say
It's recorded.
is
through
recorded
plastic.
and preserved. So I'm not quite so sure. I'm 100% happy about this, but whatever. So, I mean, some of these streams are not. They're not so interesting. Stuff goes on. Or that stream the other day when all the guys from Turkey. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm not so sure if all of this stuff should automatically go up to YouTube. But I'm keeping hands off. I said go ahead and do it, and I'm happy with the support and the encouragement. But it's not totally 100%.
Yeah. You're not in love with the idea.
Well, whatever. No, it's. I was talking about earlier before you came, the control freak idea that I want to control and dominate everything here because I have the vision and only I have the perfect vision and blah blah blah, and that's not true. We were talking about it before. Now I don't see the orders. You handle the email for the orders and stuff like that. So I'm still torn. I want to see them. I want to say thank you to these people. I want to do it all by myself. But there's this level where common sense has to take over here, So I'm still struggling with all these things. How much to try and control, how much to let go. As you know, you see this every day with what we're doing. So I don't know, whatever. And this YouTube thing is another part of that, They're doing it, I let go. It's okay,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Jed shared another design.
What's next here? We've got a package from... Oh, this is Sugasan. Sugasan's been working on some yokai back numbers.
Excellent.
This was issued last year. I forget what month this is, but orders are still coming in. We make them 2 at a time. I don't know if I've seen them like this before. Every month for the yokai series is 2. We make them as one print, split them in half, ship the first one on the 1st of the month, the second one on the 15th of the month. And this is one, all the printers here. This is happy. Is Jed here today?
He is,
This is
he's been
another
coming
good
in.
one. This is another really original, really good one.
Yeah.
We're really happy with this. It was nice to print, pleasurable to print. It's pleasurable to look at. It's a fun design.
Yeah.
Nobody gets it straight away. They have to, no, really, like, what is this? Nobody thinks about it. And you can look at it casually and look away without understanding what's going on until you see the feet. This shrine has a foot.
Yes.
And then you start, what's going on. And then you can see some hands and some eyes, and then the way it goes,
Yeah.
Sugasan did a good job of this, And also the dosa turned out really well, if I don't say so myself.
Joe Reese BT asked, how's the Instagram? You tell me. I've put up occasional things. I'm not super consistent. It's not every day or every other day, but I am putting up new pictures. So take a look. Let me know if they're okay. I've started doing
We're on
in
Instagram?
Japanese. Yep, Japanese.
Mokohanka is on
And-
Instagram?
Mhm.
Really?
Yes, surprise.
Since when?
2-3 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Go. This is great. Go.
All right.
I guess.
I guess. Oh no.
No.
What have I done? I'm closing the account right now.
No. It's the same thing. No, just in background. We've been doing YouTube, of course. Social media for us has been YouTube first, and then a bit reluctantly Facebook, but it's done well. And I myself avoided the social media genre, the ones that were instant, short-term. Twitter.
Yeah.
For me, I avoided
Twitch.
Twitter.
Or no, Twitch
I didn't
is
avoid
what we're
Twitter.
doing.
I avoided
Twitter,
Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
So simply because it didn't fit my. I didn't want to be short, minute by minute.
Yeah.
And it seems though those platforms are for short, quick, do it all day long, watch it all day long. And just I can't do that.
Yeah.
But there are people there, and if you've got
Yeah.
content to offer them, go for it. Go for it. But
Making sure to sign them all, Dave. No, I'm just
no!
just kidding.
But please don't touch Twitter. Please.
No, I'm not gonna.
Well, again, it's up to you. I shouldn't even say that much. Just you got your mandate. Go for it. But not for me.
And no.
No, I have to put this light, even if it blows out the camera.
Oh no, Dave, they did another thing without your control. The Instagram.
Is Instagram who's owned? Is it owned by Facebook? Was
It is now, yeah. And it's just posting a picture about, or often of various prints, occasionally short videos of one of our printers either mixing pigments or...
Is that the one where the pictures are all square or something like
It
that?
is. They've now loosened their restriction. It used to be, it had to be a square, but now they let you do a little bit wider, a little bit taller.
What was the rationale? What was the motivation for that?
It was the conversation with all the Japanese staff. They said Instagram's really popular among young
No,
Japanese.
I mean, why were they keeping it square?
Oh,
What
why
was
should
the-
it square? I don't know. Anyone have
Just
any
to be different?
thoughts on that? Why did they want...
Well, as far as us go,
Yeah.
absolutely, of course, Japanese. So
Yeah.
no question about that. I wasn't in any way trying to be negative.
No,
just-
no, I know.
Who's this? Must be Suga-san, kana? I remembered. I took her paper out of the freezer this morning.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Broski, I think the one who set up the new YouTube page is saying, I just want to help, I'm so torn.
No. I wasn't being negative. As I said, go for it. I have let go. Go for it. I just have to mention that one point of view from mine, that I was trying to have YouTube curated, and I'm going to keep my channel curated.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I asked him, please, make a comment that says this isn't David's Twitch stream. This is, a fan page we're taking from David's.
Yeah.
So other than that, I'm okay. I know 100%.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. But for me, when I turn the camera on now, there's always a feeling now that, oh my God, I'm going to say good morning to everybody, and this is going to be preserved for like 5,000 years. I don't know. So there's an extra level of, I don't know. I don't even know what words to express this.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be pretentious about this. We're trying to just have fun, make prints, and yet some of these people. In fact, this young man here who's making this page, they think all this stuff is more important than it really is. From my point of view, Kawai-san, good morning. Good morning. I guess part of it.
Yeah.
They're saying, oh my God, we must preserve this. And I'm saying, look, this is just what I've been doing every day for the past 40 years. Why suddenly does this need to be preserved?
Yeah.
So that's part of the confusion here.
Finish.
これ、久保田さん test.
靴の大きなもの。
悪くないかな？2枚目見てください。
Someone's
一兵衛さんの
He
紙
has
と
just
こ
bought
の
your
人の
first
紙。
print. Today I'll be processing it and we'll get it shipped out probably later today. Someone said I just made an order, so
Wait, first,
we've got people in our shipping center today, so
I was talking earlier about
Be on the
how
way
I don't
soon.
hear the order sounds anymore.
Yeah.
There's no bells because we heard the party sound,
right.
but no order sound. So it's part of the pleasure has gone from my life. Like I said, so.
We could turn it back on. It's just usually down on the first floor, so if I've got the order sound all the way on the third
No,
floor,
so it makes
you
no
might get
sense.
it.
So.
Yeah.
なんか、
まだですね。そう。
古い感じですね。ちょっとクオリティが低そうに
そう、
見えます
潰しにならないですね。そうなぜかわからない。
わらばんしに印刷してみたいな感じの一兵衛さんが研究して長年のノウハウがあるんで。
Kai-san, also Yahoo auction last night. That Hashiguchi Goyo auction for 6 prints.
Right.
That was last night.
Right.
I passed.
パス。
Did you look at all the pictures? 値段 it went to about 60,000 yen. 6万ぐらいになったんですが、シミが多いです。下の写真にすごい作品の裏にシミが多かったんですから。
で、6万。
で僕パスです。もう too much。でも高見沢の広重の短冊版当たったんですよ。そう。We were talking to Kai-san, we were busy on Yahoo auctions last night. There was some interesting auctions came up last night.
Oh, good.
I got some stuff, and some stuff I had to pass. It was just too much foxing. when the guy shows a picture, like part of it's hidden in some foxing, he says in the description, some of these prints have, I don't know, what do you call small, large? I don't know, little, that Japanese expression, saw.
Yeah.
There are amounts of foxing, but it's stated in a
Tassel or
really,
something like
yeah. No, I've learned to keep well away from that because that means there's foxing everywhere.
Yes.
Then also, I won an auction 2 nights ago. And you're going to laugh when you see this come. I bought a Ranma.
Ranma. I don't think I know what Ranma is.
Let them explain to you.
Okay.
Kawai-san, 先日、福岡の、なんていうの、骨董屋さんからランマ買った。
はい。
1回のプリンパーティーの部屋のために。
送料。
送料と高いですね。ランマは24,000円。本当にフリー、ただ。で、送料は9,000円。福岡からです。if you think of an old Japanese house, really strictly old Japanese, where all the rooms were washitsu.
Okay.
Not just one room. Modern Japanese house, one room is a washitsu.
Right. Yeah.
But think where they all are. You've got 2 6-mat rooms side by side.
Yeah.
There's fusuma between them. What's above the fusuma?
Yeah, the designs or carvings.
Those carvings.
Yeah.
It's called Ranma.
That's called Ranma.
So. And I bought 2 of them on Yahoo auction 2 nights ago. Because it's going to go in the party room downstairs.
Yeah.
So
People love that. That's really cool.
There is so much stuff like that on Yahoo auction, so much stuff.
Yes, allow. Interesting. Someone's message got caught by by filter, but there's nothing wrong with it. It said washitsu equals Japanese style room, but I guess because the middle is washitsu.
Oh shit! Is it? Interesting.
So it got stopped.
Okay,
but I said let that one through.
All right. So you modded it into place.
Yes.
Okay. Soka. Interesting. Of course.
That was funny.
It's the same word. We have this part of town, Yamanote and Shitamachi.
Oh yeah.
Which has the same problem. Yes. Japanese words with that SHIT combination in the middle,
Yep.
So can't be helped,
funny.
So it's in some people's names,
Uh-huh.
Poor Mr. Morishita.
Morishita. Yeah.
So
Yep. Jumping back and missing things all the time. Dave, you of all people should know that these streams are not garbage. So people are jumping in and saying,
No. Of course
they're
not
happy that the
garbage,
streams
but
are getting preserved so that they can watch them and learn from
I
them.
know. I wasn't, trying to be negative. It's just that I think people are seeing more here than I think is here. That's all. Again, with no exaggeration, stuff I've been doing every day for 40 years, and now people are saying, "Oh my God, that's going to die from Twitch in one day. Please catch it before it drops off." You know, and I'm like, some of them, I think, like the YouTube videos I've made, I'm really happy that some of those are being looked at. That conversation about Ito-san the carver,
Right.
It's gone way beyond what I understood myself.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I had made when I made it.
Right.
And other people have talked to me and explained to me value that I myself didn't understand was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I get this. I'm not completely dense and dumb about this. But simply, that can't happen every day.
Every day, yeah. That's interesting. Instagram may have been square because of old Polaroid cameras, so they're trying to match the aesthetic of
The aesthetic,
Polaroid
really, with the
images.
white border on the outside of stuff. Really.
Yeah.
Did they have a white border around it too? Or
I'm not sure. Maybe in the early days they did, but it was square. But now they've
I get you. Okay.
let it grow a little bit beyond that. But interesting.
Some more surgery here. You see this coming out? I don't know if it's visible on the
No, I think your finger
It's
is
too
covering
small,
a little
sorry.
bit. Oh, there. Yeah, now it's coming up.
You pop open and cut 3 sides. Now you slice 3 sides on the paper. Open a flap. Pull out the little bit of bark that's in there. world famous brain surgeon Dr. Bull, and put the tiniest dab of glue back in there. This is the same nori we use for prints themselves, so it doesn't hurt the paper. And close up the flap. And bingo, we're away. Invisible mending.
Yep.
Doesn't always work like that. Sometimes the chitty is too much, too big or whatever. But,
Yeah.
invisible mending. Away she goes.
What's up with the Hansta block you've got under the prints there, Dave?
It's my TV block. I know it's for scale. I know
Okay.
the microscope focuses for certain lengths, and if I put these down on the bottom there, it's too far away. So this is to bring these up into focal length.
Yeah, okay. How come Hansta got through without me having to moderate it?
Interesting. Who
That is
knows? Who
weird.
knows? Who knows? I don't know.
That's odd.
It's not. It's what the Hansta is pasted on a block for carving, right? It's just a normal wood block with a design pasted down. It's my TV block.
Right, yeah. Oh. Got... Jed asks, or tells me, Cameron, ask Dave what his 5-year plan is. Is this a conversation you've had before, or what?
5-year plan.
I don't know what kind of 5-year...
Can I give an honest answer?
Yeah, I think so.
Stay alive.
Stay alive. Yeah.
Next question.
Next question. Okay. That's a good plan. Yeah.
No, I mean, not to be sarcastic. People know what I'm doing. We're trying to build this place. This place needs to be built up to a level where it can hopefully sustain and run
Ohayou
without
gozaimasu.
my daily control. Good morning,
Yeah.
Teiko-san. We want all the jobs here, all the jobs, taken over by other people, so that I get relegated to vision and finance and
Carving.
and carving and
A little bit of
YouTube,
carving?
and YouTube and stuff. No, but all the daily jobs. I shouldn't be doing anything here, and we've got to grow it to a level where it has some stability.
Yeah.
If it's still at a level where if we have like 3 months in a row of bad sales, we're in trouble at the bank. You know. It's not that bad, but because we've had a really good year last year, and this year's looking really good. So I'm not just spreading panic.
Yeah.
But we need to be bigger. So yeah, that's the goal. And as much as there is a goal, we need to grow this business to a more stable situation. Yeah. Is there a 10 o'clock party today?
Yes, I think 4-3's reservated.
I don't know. I know while I was in, just after I started streaming, another reservation came in this morning.
Okay.
For-
I'll check it out.
I think it was for 2:30 or something. I can't think. I can't exactly.
We've got, do you have a recommendation? It says, is there a specific print you'd recommend for someone who's just getting into carving? Look at the, your first print book maybe, or do you have...
Print for you're talking about a design. You mean?
Yeah, probably a design to start carving with. Just something simple, or Jed, I know, has offered help. So, with using some of the Chibi Heroes designs, do you have any other thoughts? Or
Yeah, I mean, Jed. This morning I saw in his feed he posted about a print that one of these viewers, Stephen, made based on Jed's designs,
yeah,
and it didn't have any key lines. It was just made of color patches.
the one from
Forget
his
it.
sketch here in
Yeah. And that's a great idea because it's really difficult to carve sharp, nice key lines. A lot of clearing and a difficult handle.
Yeah.
And that gets a lot of people, oh my God, I'm not going to enjoy this, and it puts
Right.
them off right away. But a print like the one Stephen made from Jed's designs is just color masks.
yeah.
So it's got much less barrier for
Very
for
tangent,
carving.
yeah.
Yeah. So something like that is a good start. The downside is, because it's wider color areas, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to print nicely and cleanly smooth colors. So there's no perfectly simple answer here, but something like that. The person from what's it called, Camilo, the person from Mexico here,
Yeah.
posts regularly on the fan page, and this person is trying a hugely, insanely complex thing with all detailed fine lines.
Right.
It seems to be coming along well, but to me this seems like it's very difficult. It makes the project much more difficult and complex than it might need to be for a beginner. So,
Got it.
but if it suits that person's character And they seem to be
for it.
enjoying themselves. Go for it. But my God, the barriers are high. You know?
Yeah.
And Jed seems to be really cool about this. He's putting up all kinds of stuff. People saying, go for it, go for it, go for it. You know, so yeah. Tsushima-san, she did a nice job on this one this time, you know. Look at
Yeah.
this. This is from Tsushima-san. She's working away by herself in the Ome workshop.
Instead of commuting all the way out here.
Yeah, look at this. If anybody understands what we've done here. Do you see how this works? One
Yeah.
left and one upside down.
Nice.
But what it is, of course, it's if you put the block, whatever, she prints, she moistens the stuff and whatever. It's one of those double ones we do, and this is the one out at the left-hand side. So she puts the paper in the registration marks here and prints over at the left. Good morning, Sugi-san. Hello, hello. Then flips the paper over and then prints again over at the left. So because it's a 2-up print, but we don't need the one on the right-hand side. We've got enough of those.
Interesting.
So it looks a bit bizarre. What are we doing? Why is it this way?
Why is it upside
So
down?
why is it upside down?
Oh.
She did a nice job. She's getting good at this smooth background. She did a great little gradation on this thing. It's nice to have this
yeah.
back in stock. It's been out of stock for a while. So
Yeah, people really like this one.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's from that old Hasegawa book from Favorite Flowers of Japan.
Yeah. People are asking, have you started swimming over at the shop nearby? Okay, never mind.
Like which minutes of the day can I?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what to say.
Not yet. Okay.
I don't know what to say. This morning, you know, I have an alarm clock, but I don't. It's there, but I'm always awake before. And recently, it's been like 5:30 or 6. I'm awake and think, stream. What am I doing on the stream? What am I going to do on the stream? What am I going to do on the stream? You know, it's become a thing. Oh, of course. Speaking about alarm clocks reminds me.
Uh-oh.
For the past couple of days.
I know. I left it here. I am so sorry.
It doesn't matter. It didn't wake me up because it's up on the third floor.
Upstairs, yeah.
But the first time I was in the shower.
Oh no.
And this thing in the shower, it starts. You know, I didn't know what it was. You know what it is. And I could hear something faint. And it's because it's a new thing I've never heard before.
Right.
What is it the gas heater giving an alarm? I go, it's not the gas heater. I get my towel, I run around, I come in. It's coming from the room. So I come into the office room and there's this strange alarm type sound that I've never heard before. And it's not vigorously brrr, it's a warning. It's a warning. It's a warning. Something's going to explode. Something's going to explode. So, and it's coming from the new Mac. I look over there.
It's not here.
No, it's not there. I look behind the Mac. It's not there. Oh, it's the Drobo. No, that's over there. I look under the thing. Where is it coming from? And I don't know if you have this. I cannot tell where it's coming from.
I've had this problem. I left my tablet here for the last 2 days.
And at 6:47, is it?
Yes, I think so.
It goes off. And I could
Fortunately,
not.
you're already awake at 5:30.
I was awake, but I could not find this thing. What?
I'm
It's a
so
new
sorry.
alarm. Is it gas or what's happening here? I got to find this thing
Yeah.
soon. And it turned out it was right in front of me, but I didn't see it.
Because I had the cover over it. So
And it's the way the sound is distributed, you cannot tell where the sound is coming from. It's really bizarre.
It is.
And it took me like 5 minutes to find this thing. And I finally found it by doing this.
Where is this?
No, closing my eyes.
Yeah.
So you lose the visual. You just need to turn your head. Oh, it's over there. Down there. And there it is. So
Yeah.
this morning, of course, the same thing.
I'm sorry.
The other thing,
I'll take
I don't
it
know
with
what this is, Android or something bizarre, whatever.
Yeah.
I finally find it. I open up the flap.
Yeah.
And it says in the middle, it says alarm, alarm, alarm.
Yeah.
And it says at the bottom, it says swipe to dismiss.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I get my finger on there and I try swiping to dismiss. Nothing happens. Okay, it says swipe to dismiss. Okay, I'm pressing too hard,
Giant.
too soft. I swipe. What the? And it will not dismiss. And it says clearly swipe to dismiss. But what it means is, not here, you dummy, up at the top. And what kind of interface is this?
That's what I feel every time I touch a Mac. I'm like, how do you use this thing?
so.
Gee, Cameron, I have no idea how your tablet broke.
I threw it against the wall. whatever. To me, when it says right there, swipe to dismiss, and it's
Yeah.
I think it means
Right
swipe, but
there.
it doesn't. That's not what it meant. So whatever. It meant look somewhere else to find something to swipe to dismiss.
Sorry about that. I
Luckily-
will bring it home.
It wasn't one of those. Brrr, it was driving you
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
What am I going to do with this? You know. So
Yeah. Oh man. Well, it's 9:40 by the way, but
oh Jesus, I got okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to finish this batch. So
okay.
I got to get downstairs to make more of the. What's tomorrow's stream going to be? What's today? Today is
It's Friday.
Friday.
And Saturday I'll be here because I.
What am I going to be doing tomorrow?
Left
The 100 prints may have flown the coop. It may be out of here tonight. So in that case, all the prints are checked. What work do I have that's streamable tomorrow? I'm supposed to be downstairs. Oh no, Saturday. We're booked party. So I won't be downstairs working. What will I be doing on the stream? I don't know. At the moment I can't see what I'll be doing. I know what I would like to be doing. It's carving color blocks for the octopus, but there's so
Have you
much.
finished the key block?
The key
then?
block is done, but there's so much preparation work for the color blocks.
Any prep you could stream?
It's tracing on the iPad. Tracing, maybe that's what I'll be doing. I don't know. Sitting here with an iPad tracing seaweed for the octopus print. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so that's it. I'll keep doing this. You wrap that up as you wish there, Cameron.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
get upstairs.
Where can you find the bonsai print? It's in our Hanga Club series, right? And so it's not a subscriction or anything. You can buy it just one by
But
one.
nobody knows what Hunger Club means.
Ah.
But, you know,
Hanga Club or postcard size prints. We've got them. I'll find the link, or if someone else already knows. Find
It's
the link
in the
for it.
catalog.
Oh,
I think it's
they've
in-
already got it. Thank you, Kantar. I think that's how you say it. Thank you. You beat us to it.
number one supporter or close to number. We don't rank them, but whatever. Very, very solid supporter. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes. We appreciate it. Okay. Otherwise, I think we're wrapping up,
Yeah, wrap this up, Cameron.
and
please.
we will see you next time.
I guess. I don't know what I'll be doing tomorrow, but I'll try and find something.
Okay. Okay, have a good one.